It's every parent's nightmare really to know that's happening to your daughter. So it's really, really scary, but equally a real relief to have the ambulance crew and then the Magpas crew turn up so quickly, because they really, really did get there quickly and got straight down to the business of caring for Alice. So it was terrifying. You know, there was lots of equipment, lots of machines beeping. I didn't quite know what was going to happen, but equally, you know, really a real relief to know that the crews were there and doing everything they possibly could to look after Alice.
So we were in the kitchen and she was laying on the floor, which is where she'd collapsed, and that's where these guys found her when they arrived. Magpas were already on scene by the time I got there. I walked in, Alice was laying on the floor, and it's one of those, you just walked in straight away, you could see this is very serious. Everyone was busy doing things, it was all very calm at the same time. Everyone knew the job they had to do and they were just concentrated on doing everything they could to keep Alice alive at that point.
At 18 years old, you don't expect them to basically go into cardiac arrest, which is what this patient did. So to which we then started CPR, and advanced life support then started, with the follow-up of Magpas coming in, doing further interactions with the patient.
So there were a number of things that we did for Alice. The first one was we provided CPR. We gained access into her veins and gave her adrenaline. And we put a tube down into her throat so that we could give her 100% oxygen as efficiently as possible. Because one of her lungs wasn't inflating, we also performed a surgical procedure while she was on the kitchen floor, which involved cutting into the side of her chest to allow her lung to re-expand. This would not normally be done by a paramedic crew on a scene, no. This is something that would either be done by a critical care team, or more usually it would be done in a hospital.
I knew the role of the ambulance crew, and like I said earlier, I was really, really pleased that they got there quickly and started the CPR. I think though the thing that you then learn is the added skills and the added value that the Magpas crews bring, and effectively I know that if the Magpas crew wasn't available, the ambulance crew would have scooped Alice up and taken her off to hospital, which hopefully would have been fine, but for the ability for the Magpas crew to come, to bring their extra skills, to get their advanced skills, the fact that you get a doctor, meant that I know that they were able to perform some procedures and really stabilise Alice, right there in our house, which would have definitely saved time and, quite possibly saved her life as well.
How does it feel sitting next to your dad, hearing him say all this, hearing what the ambulance service have said and the Magpas team?
Yeah, it obviously feels weird because I feel like they're talking about someone else. Like, I feel like I have really detached myself from the whole situation and what happened that night, but obviously it's amazing to hear like what happened and how they dealt with the whole thing, and I'm just so grateful that they were all there. Things are really good. I've got like loads of summer plans, and then I'm going to Uni of Birmingham in September, hopefully, to do business management and marketing. So yeah, it's all good.
It's a really special day today, actually, to see how well Alice is doing. In my career, I can think of a handful of times where I've made such a difference to a person. She's got so much potential, all her life ahead of her, and I'm just thrilled that she's made a full and complete recovery. Yeah, this is what we're here for. This is an unusual case, and absolutely everything had to work out right for Alice. Right from the moment somebody recognising that she was unwell, all the way through to the ambulance crew resuscitating her, the interventions that we could provide, what the hospital then provided, all the way through to her family support through her recovery. It all has to work perfectly, so just absolutely overwhelmed by how well she's doing.